And of course I forgot to record that intro. Whoopsie! So this is the Mamluks. Mamluks have a strangely trade-centric national idea. So they start out with cavalry combat ability plus 10%, trade steering plus 25%. Sorry Twitch, I just need to repeat this for YouTube. Provincial trade power modifier of plus 25%. So as you can see, there's already a fair amount of trade there, and there's even more in the actual ideas. Global trade power plus 5%, trade range plus 10%, prestige plus 1, manpower plus 15, discipline plus 5, production efficiency plus 10, stability cost modifier minus 15, and then finally a trade efficiency plus 10. So yeah, serious trade power here. Expand into modern day Saudi Arabia to get the oil, even though it's worthless at the minute. That's planning ahead. That's very planning ahead. Okay, so we do start off with a fair number of armies. How's our leader? You're 72? That's like double the average age expectancy of this era. Improve relations and construction cost increase because you're a perfectionist. You've certainly perfected the art of living. Right, the Ottomans start out as a rival. And yes, I think we should go ahead and rival them back. Also, Aragon, Venice, and Karakanulu. Karakanulu would probably be a good option. And we could try and make friends with the Ajam. Ming's got a Ming. Yeah, we need at least one more. I think it is going to be Karakanulu. They are the closest rival who could actually matter. And then military advisor. Oh, there's a discipline guy. That's really tempting. Now I'm going to take the land maintenance modifier because I want to maintain a large army early on. If at all possible. Cavalry is really strong, so we're going to grab another 4 cavalry units. And then a bunch of infantry. And we're going to go up to our maximum. We are also going to reduce the maintenance of our entire army for the moment. And I'm going to move you more to the center of the country. And then we're going to start drilling you. Also, we need to look at diplomacy. So Ajam is one that we were definitely thinking about trying to align with. In fact, you would accept an alliance already. So we'll get an alliance going with Ajam. I would like to go to war with Medina so that we can link up to Hejaz here. Ming is coming. I saw Ming lurking. Yeah, they're watching me in the shadows. Medina would make an alliance with us. No, I want to kill Medina so that we can actually take the land for ourselves. Who else likes us? Adal does. Adal is quite a strong neighbour and they'd be a good counter to Ethiopia. So yeah, we'll make an alliance with you. How many slots do I... Ooh, I'm over. I'm guaranteeing Medina. Well, that can go away soon enough, and I'm guaranteeing Cyprus. In fact, my guarantee of Cyprus is what stops Venice from jumping on it. But I don't want to pay the slot right now, so I'm going to revoke that guarantee. As soon as I remember how on earth you do guarantees. There it is. Revoke. And then one of these armies needs to start training. 7-3, 8-2, 8-4. So this army can be training. So you get the... I'm going to recruit a general, because I want to start someone training. You, and then army drill. Okay. Good. We've gained accumulate rival against the Ottomans and Karakanulu. I mean, early on I didn't think I'm going to go straight for the Ottomans. Well, how would I get there for a start? But eventually, certainly. Oh yeah, navy. So we have 3 barks, which can be protecting trade in Alexandria for the moment. And then you guys can just go ahead and mothball, which will save me even more money. Money, money, money. The Kniggets have raided my coast. How dare you, Kniggets? Hejaz wants a royal marriage. Yes, Hejaz can have a royal marriage. Had to think of a moment there to say, are you Medina? I'm pretty sure you're not Medina. It wasn't Medina. The Knights have then raided my other coast. They have, what, 4 coasts that they can raid? 5 coasts. Bloody hell. It's quite a lot of coast. Right, you guys can group. You guys can group. You can move there. Oh, no you can't. You need to wait until you have morale. We have a mission that we could select. So we could form Arabia, we could form Egypt, and we can unify Islam. Those are the decisions. Oh, and if we change to Egypt, we automatically become an administrative monarchy. What are we at the moment? We're an Ictor, aren't we? No, we're oh, this is a new one. Mamluk government. The state was once taken over by Mamluk slave soldiers and sustains itself through continued importation of soldier slaves. Monthly autonomy, reduction, max promoted cultures, monarch administrative, +2 monarch admin skill? Nice. Cost of advisors with ruler's culture. Ah, that's where the culture comes in. Promote culture cost -50%. Interesting. And then diplomats, number of states, and national focus cooldown. And we'll get royal marriages with all the people. And now we need another rival, which I think is going to have to be Venice. Although we could rival the Timurids. No, Venice. I'm not going to screw the Timurids. They've got enough. They have sufficient problems as it is. There's Ming weighed in again. They turned Khorasan into a march. So, no is the short answer. Humiliate rival versus Ming. Medina is offering an alliance, which I'm going to reject. Because I'm going to come for you. And in fact, I'm going to start doing that. We are going to build spy network against Medina. We should probably raise relations with our allies, just in case. Or actually, who has the potential to screw with me? I'm going to increase relations with you. And Fazan? Tunis? Although Tunis, I think, usually aligns itself with the Ottomans. The Knights raiding me again. I have a feeling that Knight raids are going to be a big problem. The Mamluks cannot deny the Egyptian call, otherwise they denial. You mean they go into denial? Oh, I'm too funny for my own good. There. You just go there until I decide what to do with you. Royal marriage from Medina. No, stop trying. My Sultan, the Ottomans, have started to influence the nation of Al-Kanulu. Okay. Improving relations with them. That's fine. Group all of you guys together. I think I'm going to have you two joining. No. I'll have you go in there. You go in there. I could actually have all of my cavalry in this army. So my cavalry are just this crack group of soldiers. Also, my cavalry are riding camels. That's awesome. You know what? I'm really tempted to do that. Just grab all of the horsemen and put you in that army and just have you permanently training. So roughly half of my army is now being drilled. We're still making money, so we can afford this. And our army professionalism will also go up. What effects did that have again? I didn't really check. So army professionalism, we're currently gaining 0.5 per year. And we're at 11% already. So mercenary cost is going up. Available mercenaries is going down. Our siege ability is going up. Our land fire damage is going up. And our shock damage is going up. Increasing shock damage with my own shock damage bonuses. With the... Oh no, that was the Timurids. But still making my cavalry even stronger is going to be even more awesome. So Once we have 20%, we can then build supply depots. What do those do? Are those the manpower buildings? No, they are something else. What are supply depots? And where do I see them? Don't know, but one thing I just noticed here is you can see the de-development option, so you can increase development of your provinces, which increases the tax income, recruitment time, etc, 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 as per normal. But one of the things added in this expansion is to exploit your development, which reduces the development and gives you money or sailors or manpower. In case you're like really short on stuff, you can go, spend monarch points to get money and manpower. That seems like a terrible deal, but that's just me. Alright, has Ming screwed you yet? You're at war with Kashmir. No, Ming has not screwed you yet. Can I even see Ming? I can see Ming. I'm a bit surprised that I guess, yeah, we know about the trading stuff down here, Canton. Because of the Silk Road, I would assume. I just hate the fact that Ming can interfere in Timurid politics already. That's just ridiculous. And we have too many of these. That's because we're guaranteeing Medina. How many covert points do we need? We need 20. Venice has declared war on Cyprus. Conquest. CB. Not surprised. I mean, it's usually my guarantee, which I think stops Venice from doing just this. When am I going to play CK2? Alright, so this is one thing I'm going to have to rant about because it pisses me off. It feels like that's all I've been doing today, I'm sorry. But Paradox have announced that they're releasing both Jade Empire and EU4 on the same sodding day. So both of them are being released on the 16th of November. Now that puts me in a bit of a dilemma because I want to cover both of those games, but I frankly do not have the time to do it. So if I want to do either of those games justice, I basically have to focus entirely on one of them. And I've chosen to focus on EU4. So why Paradox thinks it's a good idea to release two games on the same day is a mystery to me, because the people who work in media are in exactly the same boat that I am. I will be playing Crusader Kings 2, but not until after it's released, because I just don't have time for it. And then when it is released, are they really expecting people to buy both games at the same time? I kind of doubt it. People don't have that kind of money usually, and even if they did, they wouldn't be able to play both of them. So why not spread them out a bit? Even, hell, a week would help. I'm thinking more like a month. But why would you release both on the same day? It's ridiculous, absurd. They've done it before. I ranted against them at that point. I'm going to do it again because it's a stupid idea. Don't do it, Paradox. Wow, I'm not in a good mood today. I need to cheer up. I'll drink some more tea, that usually helps. Okay, so I have got some more missions now. Protect our brethren in Qasr Ibrim. Where is that? If that's one of these, then I'll be very happy. It's not. There it is. So it is currently owned by Mercuria, who are allied with Alodia, which are those guys. So that's not terrible. We could definitely intervene slightly. Maybe they're going to make a huge Steam sale on the 16th of game. No, they've just done one. I mean, I'm fairly confident I know the reason, and that is simply because they are now a publicly traded company and they want to have this big boost of sales on their quarterly report before it's published. But you're going to make more money long term if you spread it out. It's very short-sighted. I mean, I get it. I've defended Paradox for this reason before. I understand it is a growing company. Companies that transition from small to medium business to a large business, which Paradox is currently in the process of doing, undergo some serious issues, both in terms of processes, in terms of team building, and in terms of sales practices. They are undergoing that transition right now. It is a problem. They will get over it, but they need to learn from their mistakes. And I patently think it was a big mistake doing it before, and I'm amazed that they've done it again. Because they did it when Stellaris and Crusader Kings? Was it? No, it was... I'm pretty sure it was Stellaris and one other. And I ignored Stellaris because I just didn't have the time to play it. Which is really annoying because I like Stellaris. But I have to focus my time. I only have so many hours in the day, especially as I want to do content which isn't just Paradox. Total War Warhammer, 7 Days to Die, which I've had to cancel so I could do more of EU4 tomorrow. It's just annoying. Because I really like these games. I want to be able to focus my time on them. But if you release everything at once, then I can't. Mamluks get poor iron. Well, that doesn't really matter because I've just built a bunch more stuff. The Timurids have rivaled me. Damn it, guys. I had your back. Has Ming got involved yet? Nope. Cyprus has been discovered while building a spy network. The Knight's still raiding me. Wait, Cyprus is doing a spy network? We have a truce. And you're currently being invaded by the Venetians. Alright, so I can now get a fabricated claim on you. And we're going for Medina. Do we want to wait until we can get another fabrication at 25? You know what? I think we do. And then once we have the 25, we can go after you guys and conquer you. I think you should play Tropico 5. I'm tempted to. I like Tropico. Is 5 the one that's already out? Is that the one that's currently in development? I forget. Whoops. Tropic. 5's the one that's already out. Yeah, I like 5. 5's the one that goes through the different eras. One problem, which isn't so much a problem for me, but it's actually one of the reasons I have this policy, is all of their music is copyrighted. So that's why you almost never hear streamers or YouTubers playing Tropico with the tropical music. Because they got it from a third party, and the third party keeps on copyright claiming people. Which wouldn't affect me because I always play these games without music, but still annoying. Request for military access from Beja. You are currently fighting against Ethiopia, so yes, I will allow it. That's a big army, Ethiopia. Impressive. Hopefully I did the right thing in allying Adol in order to deny the Ethiopians. We're still making money, which is quite nice. Right, we're at 20. War of the Roses. They've supported the Yorkists, so they deserve to lose. Although I admit Charles I is a pretty strong king. And also, Ardachilles, I'm not going to be playing Tropico anytime soon because of aforementioned problems with time. And also the fact that Rome 2's got a DLC releasing on the 26th, which I also want to cover. So there's just so many things. I mean, November is a bad time anyway because of new games releases because they're trying to target the Christmas rush. Why on the same day? Why? Akanulu has got to 100 relations. Good. So with you, I think we're going to start picking on somebody else. Anisa. Let's go ahead and get a spy network on you, because if we can get a claim on Anisa at the same time as Medina, then we can go for both countries at the same time and basically make them a co-belligerent. And so be able to occupy even more territory. Which I think actually sounds like a fantastic plan, so I might just wait. So we're going to fabricate another claim. And we're going to wait until we can get Anisa as well. Diplomatic power and prestige, cool. How far away are we from getting our first technology? Still a ways. What's the total war Rome to? Divided empires, I think. Or empire divided, something like that. Beja will cede Beja and Berber to Ethiopia. Beja will be forced to give Ethiopia money. They took 2 provinces. That's actually out of a 3 province minor. Yeah, that's a fair amount. Tunis is now fully friendly. Am I able to declare war on you while I'm guaranteeing you? No. That's something they stopped. Alright, well I'm going to have to cancel my guarantee of you. And how long a truce does that give? So that's a 10 years! Oh no, that's Ethiopia. How long a truce do we have? We don't. Normalization of relations between Sufi and the Jafari. For some time, the relationship between the Sufi and the Jafari has been strongly coloured by distrust and conflict. Some scholars have gone as far as to denounce the theologians of the other school and their followers. However, tensions have been greatly lessened in recent years, with Mamlukian, Shafi and Bahmani Jafari scholars leading the way towards tolerance and coexistence. Jafari relations with Sufi will become ambivalent. God is great. Right, so now I can declare war. There is a truce, which is apparently just not appearing. Oh, is it? Right, I have a truce with them. They don't have one with me. Well, that's interesting. So 5 years. I'm going to have to wait 5 years. I should have done that at the start of the game. I didn't know that was a thing, though, because I'm pretty sure you didn't used to need to break guarantees. That was how you stopped other people from attacking someone that you wanted to attack. I mean, it makes more sense this way. Still annoying, though. In that case, we should probably be going after these guys instead, and grabbing it before Ethiopia can. So we're going to start... We're basically just doing all the spying at the moment. In fact, in terms of trade, we have Ethiopia, so we could increase the speed of that covert operation. The Gulf of Aden and Aleppo. Yeah, we're pushing a lot of trade into Alexandria, but I'm wondering if we want to have a merchant in Alexandria in order to increase the amount of money we make here. Because generally that is a good idea. So I think we're going to take away the Gulf of Aden and put him in Alexandria to collect. We earn 3.7. Jeddah, right, uprising. That's annoying. And of course you're one of the places that I can't get to because you're a vassal. Are you going to be able to deal with them? Because all of my ships are in the Mediterranean, they're not in the Red Sea. I can't physically get to you because Medina. This is the reason I want to take Medina. Hey, Fanro. Did Ming show up this time? I don't think they have. Oh, they've definitely imploded, though. They're at war with Transsaxonia, Afghanistan, Sistan, and Fars, but not Ming. Ming did not get involved. So yeah, it really is a screw you to the player. How did that get through Q8, though? I'm still baffled by that. Because it's ridiculous. While the Mamluks make up the core of our forces, not all of our military might consists of warrior slaves. Local Syrian soldiers make up most of our infantry, and they are also used for guard and garrison duties. Small chances for advancement and low pay aren't the best motivators, however, and it is not clear how far we can trust these men. Certainly, their training and equipment are often neglected by the Amir in charge of them. In Syria, the mistrust between Syrian and Mamluk Amirs has led to a mutiny. We must crush this in the cradle, so the Amirs gain loyalty. We get 17 separatists rising up in Seda, which is there. Or let's see what we can do to improve the relations situation where we lose money. We gain manpower. But lose, yeah. Loyalty with the merchant guilds. Would that mean that I could then strip you of funds? I'm going to assume yes. So we're going to see what we can do to improve the situation. And then we are going to say, hey, how about you give me money to pay for that thing that I just did? Cool. We could also demand military support. Wow, that is a lot of military power. My manpower is actually looking pretty healthy at the moment. You know what, let's do it. And then we can... Oh, we can't really call it Diet, because if that gets to 80% then we're screwed. Why is this so high? Mamluk Emirs. 10%. So what? They're always just going to be strong. So there's basically nothing we can do with these guys except for demand stuff from them. If and when their loyalty actually makes it high. And the merchants, we can grant them monopoly charters, which gives them more loyalty and influence. And the ulema, essentially the same thing. And improve their influence up to 45%. I think it's at 50%, which is when it hits 100 admin support instead of just 50. I'm going to leave these two because I still want to have the trade and taxes coming in. No. Just go through the Suez Canal. Fanro, never seen this game before. Can you explain it quickly in what time period? Oh, where to begin? It's basically the early Renaissance through to the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Well, it's the end of Napoleon. So it goes from 1444 till 1821, and it covers all of world history up to that point. So I'm currently playing as the Mamluks, which is Egypt, but it covers everything. So if you're playing as the Europeans, for example, then it's all about the colonialism. It's about discovering the Americas, eventually colonizing some of Africa, India, China, and then the interactions between each of these different regions. It's a very complicated and very big game, and I would strongly recommend that you check out some of my YouTube series, which I've done on this game, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking. Quick plug in there. And what series would be the best introduction to this? That's a good question. I'm trying to think of all the series I've actually done for EU4. Probably the Brandenburg game. The... what did I call it? Rise of Prussia? Something like that. That's probably the most comprehensive. Although I don't do much colonialism, I do fight against colonists. No! Clash of the Titans. The game that I did with Bussy and Igel is probably the best introduction, actually. Where I'm playing as France, Bussy is playing as England, and Igel's playing as Castile, because we have the full colonial game. Everything happens. That probably is the best intro to see the full scope of what this game can do. Because it is an impressive game. I would still probably rank this as Paradox's best at the moment. Which is why I get so frustrated when they do stupid things like Ming. Just everything Ming at the moment. Why? Tone it down a bit, please. Mamluk succession. The death of Jakmak has left our country without a ruler. All the important Mamluk households of Al-Kahira are calling upon their influence to have a say in who the successor is going to be. Depending on who wins, our new ruler will have the support of different households in different parts of the country. One thing is certain. Those who would rather have seen their own group's interests prevailing will not greet our new sultan with joy. Some might even spend the rest of their lives trying to limit his influence. So we need the support of the Egyptian Mamluks. So we get a guy with an average claim of Egyptian heritage. We can get a Syrian, who's 50. Or the best alternative is someone who has no ties to groups of the Al-Kahira. We get a strong 100 claim of Circassian heritage at the age of 45. I would say probably the Egyptian, just because he's the youngest. I mean, having young rulers is really, really helpful. The other thing I want to double check is how strong our cultures are. Egyptian is dominant. Circassian has absolutely nothing, so not as Circassian. Even though he has a strong claim. I would say you. The Egyptians, the largest portion of the population, is the most likely to be happy with what we're doing here.